Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I don't usually make videos that are this long, but I thought it would be kind of fun to do like a real-time video since we have all this time on our hands now. Feel free to mute me if you just want to watch this little plan with me / study with me video with just some music in the background or something, or a podcast or whatever you want to listen to. But I thought for this video, since it's the first one that I'm really like planning out and getting set during this time, I thought that I would make it kind of online study themed. So the deal with my school was that we took 2 weeks off. So we came back from our spring break, which is about the same time as everybody else's. We had a week of classes and then we took 2 weeks off before we started our online classes to give professors time to figure out how to do everything, because I go to a community college and a lot of my professors actually don't know how to use all of the technology and everything that that normal colleges do. So like they didn't know how to use Canvas. We don't have Blackboard, but I also had a public speaking class that has to upload our speeches to YouTube now and like paste all the links in and everything. Yes. So that is super fun. But I thought I would just run through what my college experience is going to be like now that everything has been moved online, and then give you guys some tips on that. So as I mentioned, I go to community college. I'm taking 5 classes this spring semester, and I am now taking them all online for the last 5 weeks of the semester. We have about 2 weeks left. It's kind of funky because they moved the semester back a week, but like not really. So like my geography paper is due April 26th, which is the original date that it was due. But we're just like grinding through it. She just was already prepared to go online. But then like my public speaking class, we have speeches up until the 20th. I've already done mine and got my grade. Today's the 12th when I'm filming this voiceover. We have speeches up until the 20th, and then we're supposed to have another speech, but there are technically only 12 days left in the semester after that. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I have an A, so that's okay. And then my other classes are economics, marketing, and management, principles of management. For marketing, we do a lot of work on social media, so like retweeting things and tagging things and using our class hashtag. So that has been going pretty much the same. And then every other week we have discussions on Zoom, or like every once in a while. Pretty much whenever she wants to schedule them, to be honest. So we'll have those discussions on Zoom, just the same way that we would have our discussions in class. So that's been going well. For my economics class, we have a lecture during our like normal class time, which is kind of nice. Kind of not. We have to take an exam on Monday, which is like, ugh. So that was yesterday after this. Yeah, yesterday when this is going up. And what he's doing is he's emailing us the questions, and then we have like an hour and 15 minutes to send them back to him. My management professor is actually like pretty much in the same boat as my economics professor, except we're not doing Zoom lectures. So we just get assignments and have to do them with our teams, and we're supposed to be kind of mean and just write off anyone's names who didn't contribute, but like I don't know, I kind of like that because like I don't know, I do a lot of work for my group, and there are clear like 4 people out of the 6 of us that like really put in the work and the effort and everything, so I think it's pretty fair to leave everybody else's names off. So we just submit those, and then he'll send them back out to everybody through Canvas, because that's what we use as our guidelines for our tests, if that makes sense. So like the test will ask the same question but with a different article, so you use the group that answered that question as like a template to answer the question for the quiz. But he gives us like a whole week to do our quizzes, which is really nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed having a whole week to do them, even though I waited until literally the last day to do it, but it wasn't too hard. But yeah, that's about it for my 5 classes right now. And I actually registered for my classes at Old Dominion, even though I wasn't supposed to be able to until May 14th. So the way that it worked was I was supposed to go to in-person orientation at Old Dominion on May 14th. And I was originally going to move down on May 1st. I don't know when I'm moving now. It could be May 1st because I found a sublet, but we're not getting into all of that because I don't know that it's happening. So I don't want to like put anything out into the air and then have something like completely blindside it and mess it all up. So I don't know when I'm moving down, but I emailed my advisor like the day that they canceled summer classes. Not canceled, moved summer classes online. And I was like, do I like really have to wait until May 14th to do this? Like, I already have my plan. We've talked about this. I already know what I'm doing with everything that's going on. And he said, just send me the classes that you're going to register for and I'll lift the hold. So I did. I just sent him a list of the classes that I was planning on taking and why. And I was really adamant about doing this because I needed to get like 3 or 4 of my classes done over the summer so that I could declare my major in the fall and start taking my major specific classes, because you can't take the upper level business classes until you take the lower level ones, and these like 4 that are required. So I had to take them over the summer. So I was like, these are why I'm taking all of these classes. So over the summer, I'm taking Principles of Financial Accounting, Business Analytics 1, Intro to Contemporary Business, Principles of Microeconomics. I'm taking Macroeconomics right now. Calculus for Business and Economics, and that's 5. It's just gonna keep rambling. So those 5 classes. One of the Intro to Contemporary Business is a 1-credit class, so I'm just taking that during the first half of the summer, I believe. I'd rather take 6 classes, but I'll just, like, I need to get it out of the way, so it's fine. But yeah, so I'm taking classes over the summer and all of this is still continuing to happen. And I know that a lot of students are in the same boat as me. So I thought that I would share some tips for taking classes online. And the first tip, as you can kind of see, you can't really see because I haven't gotten that far yet. But my first tip is to keep a planner and keep whatever organization system that you already have. So I still use my bullet journal. I have so much of my art supplies at home in my parents' house. If you don't know, my parents live in the suburbs and I lived in Philadelphia in the city with 2 roommates, and I miss my house so much. We extended our lease until June 1st just to give my roommates some time to figure out where they're going and everything with everything that's going on. So yeah, we have extended our lease, which is a little bit crazy considering I'm not living there, but we have a whole arrangement with how to pay rent and utilities and all that stuff. So that's nice. I'm glad that I didn't just force them out of our house on May 1st. But yeah, so we've done all of that. And I've moved, I want to say like 60% of my stuff if you don't count furniture. And I'm not counting furniture because we're planning on getting rid of most of my furniture. My roommates want some of it, but not most of it. So we're planning on just donating it or giving it away to anybody who wants it, just to make moving easier. Like, I have nice stuff. There's some stuff that I will probably take with me depending on how I move. So the 2 options are basically to either sublet for the summer and start a new lease in August, or to move in July. So it depends on, like, we can't really like store stuff in our house. So we're probably just going to get rid of everything, to be honest. Most things. I will probably keep my desk. My computer desk is probably the only thing that I will keep. But we don't need to get into all of this. But the one thing, I was getting into a tip and then I just kind of started rambling off. I'm not even going to edit that. But the first thing is to keep a planner and to keep up with that planner or bullet journal or whatever you use to keep track of everything that you have to get done in a day. So I was filming this on a Saturday and I wrote Sunday because we celebrated Easter on Saturday and had like our big dinner and everything on Saturday. And on Sunday, today while I'm filming, my sister and brother-in-law are going to the airport to fly to his family's house because they've been with us for a couple weeks. So we're switching off. and they're bringing tons of their stuff over there because we moved them out of New York City. So they had a lot of stuff at our house, so they just packed up whatever they could because they will be in Los Angeles eventually. But yeah, just keep a planner. I keep getting off track. But as you can see now, I'm writing out my task list of everything that I need to do. I didn't do a great job filming this because I wish I had like straightened out my bullet journal, but that's how I write. Like when I'm not filming, I pretty much write on an angle like that, and it's a pretty steep angle. I think when they teach you how to write, they like tell you to tilt the paper just a little bit, but my tilt has gotten pretty extreme. So that's fun. But I like to go through, I usually either the night before go through my calendar, and I wrote a blog post about this. I'll try to remember to link it in the description. But I have like a schedule in my calendar of all of my classes and like study/homework time to do work for any of my classes. So what I'll do is I'll go through my calendar, I'll go into Canvas and just see what work I have to get done for that day, and then I'll add in like, oh, I have to film a YouTube video, I have to do this voiceover, I have to edit, all of that kind of stuff. I'll put that in after the fact, so that I'm looking at my school stuff first, and then I will go to like the more non-essential stuff after the fact. So I just transitioned because I was just putting my bullet journal away and I kept filming for some reason. But my second tip is to take your classes seriously. So even if it doesn't feel like you're doing too much, I know that a lot of people have been saying their professors like aren't doing too much work. They're not giving out a ton of work, they're not really doing tests, they might not be doing anything at all. You still have to take your classes seriously. Like with my marketing class, like we're not doing anything. We're finding things on Twitter and tagging each other in them, and like having discussions about it on Zoom that aren't even mandatory. So it's just kind of, it's pretty laid back in that class, but I'm still taking it seriously. So right before classes closed, we got our midterm grades, and I got my grades and everything, they're great. I have 4 A's and a B. But for the class that I have a B in, like I want to take that class seriously, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not, because it's macroeconomics and it's boring. But you have to take your classes seriously and act as if they're just as important as they were when you were sitting there in person and spending hours on end at school. So for this part, what you guys are seeing on your screen is me opening up my macroeconomics like book, if that makes sense. So for some classes, and I didn't think this was just a community college thing, and I know it's not because I have them for 3 of my classes over the summer at Old Dominion. We get our textbooks online for free. They're included in our tuition, which is really nice. I think that everybody should do this with every class. I know it's probably not possible for every class right now, but like we should move towards this because I really love it. We use McGraw-Hill Connect. And basically what I'm doing is just opening up my textbook, and then I am looking at our syllabus just to see what chapters I'm supposed to be going over, because I honestly didn't know. I couldn't remember. It's been like a month since our last exam, so that's fun. So I don't know if you can see, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going over chapters 13 through 16, and for this like little study with me, I'm just doing my page for chapter 13. So as you can see, I just scrolled back to chapter 13. I looked at the beginning of it, and then I started to get into it. So now you guys can see I set my camera up so wrong, but I am now getting into writing. So as you can see on the left-hand side of the page, I like to get a little bit fancy with my notes. I like to letter the title of the chapter and then kind of pick a highlighter color, a mild liner color for the whole page, and then just kind of like highlight the title. And I'll write the chapter number. I think I already did by the time that I'm writing this, but I'll write the chapter number up there, up in the corner. Yeah, I did. and then I'll start getting into taking notes. So during lecture, what I like to do is highlight everything that he mentions, because anything that he mentions really can be on the test and is fair game for the test. So, excuse me. So I'll just highlight in the online textbook anything that he mentioned, which is a really great resource, because as I found out in this video, I can just go through and look at all of the things that I've highlighted, which is really nice. It makes it really, really easy to take notes. So basically what I'm doing is writing in the title and then going through my notes and saying, oh, he talked about this, what does this mean? And for this one, it's pretty basic, just with definitions. But as you can see on the other page, when we were talking about the business cycle, having that chart was really nice to see how all of that works with the ups and the downs and the average lines and everything. It was just easier to understand. But back into tips, I am going to move into practicing time management. As I mentioned before, I use my Apple Calendar, iCal, whatever the heck it's called now. I use that pretty religiously. Again, I have a blog post where I share a screenshot of it. I'm pretty sure that blog post is up. But just looking at Monday, for example, which is the day before this test goes up, I have to take my sorority quiz number 1. I'm so sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. I have to take my sorority quiz number 1, and it's the start of Spirit Week with my sorority, so that's a lot of fun. And these are just like the all-day things that I've listed, and it's also Easter Monday, which is pretty fun. So I just have all of those things listed out as all-day activities. And hold on. Sorry. We have a meeting on Monday that I declined for some reason. And then I have scheduled in actual blocks. From 8 to 10, I'm going to work out, and I have in the notes section that I'm going to do arms, and then 8 to 10, and then 10 to 11, I just have it blank, so that's when I shower and get breakfast, make a smoothie, whatever. And then 11 to 10, 11 to 12, I'm so sorry. Sorry, I thought that I was getting interrupted, but I am not. But 11 to 12, I'm public speaking, and I've already done this speech and gotten graded on it and everything. So I'm just responding to other people's speeches right now. So I just have speech responses for that hour. I know that I'm behind on them, so I'm going to catch up on Monday for sure. And then 12:30 to 1:30, I have blocked out for economics. So 12 to 12:30, normally I'll just get ready for economics, to be honest. Just get ready for that lecture, kind of just take a little break, just not really do anything, or play Animal Crossing, I don't know. Do something that's not school related, just for that little bit of a break. So I have my economics lecture from 12:30 to 1:30, but Monday is our test, so I have that in there. And then 1:30 to 2, I have marketing. Yes, that is 30 minutes. I don't put in that much time for it, just because there's not too much that we're doing in the week that I can't get all of my stuff done in those 30 minutes. And those 30 minutes happen 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So there's an hour and a half there. And then I also put in study/homework time for just any other work that I need to get done that I couldn't within their blocks. So I can always put something, if there's something big for marketing there, which there won't be. And then from 2 to 3 is another break. So that's a bit of a longer break. I like to play Animal Crossing, to be honest, or paint or draw or something, watch Netflix, watch YouTube, whatever for the hour. And then 3 to 4, I have another study block. There's nothing in it right now. Today I was planning on finishing my geography class entirely, so just finishing all the assignments and submitting my final paper, just so I don't have to think about it anymore. And I will probably push some of that back till tomorrow, just to not have to do it today, to be honest. And then from 4 to 5, I am filming a plan with me. For my YouTube videos, I have them set as type A, type B, type C, just because it's easier to keep track of that in my head for what I'm filming, when I'm editing it, and when it's actually being uploaded. It's easier to look in a calendar and put ABC, 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 rather than this is a study-ish video, or this is an art video, this is a plan with me, and this is a sit-down video, and all of that stuff. So ABC is how I do it. And then in the notes section, I put the title of the video, or like the theme that I want to do. So spoiler alert, my plan with me is how and why I use my bullet journal during lockdown. So more like planner, you should use your planner type of stuff. And then last but not least, I have an executive board meeting with my sorority at 7:30 that night, which will take forever, but it's fine. They're just long because it's 14 of us discussing everything, and we end up getting like sidetracked and all chit-chatty, and it's fun. It's just long. So it takes like a while to get through everything, but it's a really important meeting because it's our last executive meeting, and then we have a colony meeting the next Sunday after that, which is our last colony meeting of the semester. So we got a lot of work to do. It'll probably be a long one. But yeah, that's basically my Monday. And this is all literally blocked out in my calendar with times and schedules and alerts and all of that kind of stuff. So I always know what I'm supposed to be doing and when it's supposed to be happening. So I definitely suggest that if you need that kind of thing. If you don't, that's definitely something you could put in your planner or your bullet journal. But I definitely do like having something pop up and say, okay, you need to do your workout in 15 minutes, or okay, like you need to start doing public speaking in 10 minutes, that kind of thing. And then my next tip, considering we've gotten so sidetracked and this video is almost over, is to create a study space and eliminate distractions. So in my house, there are 3 bedrooms on the 2nd floor. My sister's bedroom is on the 3rd floor in the attic, so like that whole floor is hers. And then my parents' bedroom is like across from mine. It's a little confusing to say without actually showing you. So I have my bedroom and everything, but there's no desk in there. And there's not really room for one either. So initially I was going to set myself up in our guest bedroom, which is next to my bedroom. And I had all my printer stuff in there. I had everything in there. And that just didn't work out. It like really, really didn't work out. Because that space was just too small. And I'm kind of in that same mentality of like in my current apartment, all of my stuff is in my room. And I never really have a reason to leave my room to get my work done, which is bad, and I don't like it. And I'm hoping that when I move, actually, I'll be in a master bedroom. Granted that I get everything that I'm planning on doing right now, but I'll be in a master bedroom with 2 other girls living in the house, so I, again, won't be able to just like put my desk in another room or in the kitchen or something. Which is totally fine, and that's what comes with having roommates. But I definitely will need to set up like a dedicated space where, okay, this is where I do my homework, and this is where I sit, and this is what happens here. Because initially I did not have that in this house. So what I did is I moved downstairs. We have like radiators in front of our windows downstairs and upstairs actually. But the one in our living room that we never use, like the fancy living room, there's one that kind of has like an extra lip on it because we built it in to match the TV cabinet. So like the depth is the same as the TV cabinet. So it kind of makes a little desk. So that's where I'm set up. Like all my markers are in the window. I have my washi tapes. I have my paints. I have my bullet journal. I have my printer, I have my paper, everything is like kind of disorganized and all over the place, but like that's how I live my life. But it's just a dedicated space where I can come, I can sit here without headphones, just look out the window, and it's really nice and peaceful. I can film here, I can do my homework here, I don't know, what else do I do? It's just like a workspace, so like when I'm sitting here, I'm doing work, or having a meeting or something like that. But basically, like, this is a dedicated space for that. I'm not doing my work in my bed. Because if I was still in my apartment back at home, I guarantee, back in the city, I guarantee that I would be doing my homework in my bed, which is not good. At least not good for me to not have, like, a dedicated space. So even if it is in your room and it's just, like, a corner of your room where you sit, and this is where I do my homework and this is where I get my homework done. I don't text, I don't look at Netflix, I don't do anything else here. This is where I get my work done, or I paint, or I film, or whatever it is that you're doing in your life. This is where I do that. you kind of need to have that space, because with school, like, you can go to the library and study there, or you can, I don't know, where else do you study? You physically go to class and spend that time there. But when you're at home and taking classes online, sometimes it can feel really hard. It is really, really hard to get your mindset into, okay, I don't need to go anywhere, but I need to go downstairs to do my work and not stay in my room to do my work. That kind of mentality. So that was basically my last tip. I know that I rambled a lot. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to doing long voiceovers. I am doing another real-time video, another couple, I think, before the beginning of May. But I think they're going to be like music-themed ones with like music in the background, that kind of stuff. But I'm just flipping through my notes here just to kind of show you all of the insanity that comes with my economics notes. So enjoy that enjoy that flip through, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!